In this part, we will be discussing about series of rights-based legislations or policies of different sectors wherein various needs of the people are recognized and provided as entitlements to the citizens there. The right to work is the first rights-based policy introduced in this country, and as I told you, this is referred to as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. This became, actually it was introduced as National Rural Employment Guarantee Program, subsequently was rechristened as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, was enacted, as you know, in 2005 by the government there. Under this, the governments are expected to provide employment as a matter of right to the people. In other words, right to work was formulated, keeping all the adults in rural India with able body, and who are beyond a specified age limit are expected to get work there. Suppose you look at the particular object, let me present to you that the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act provides for enhancement of livelihood security of the households in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of guaranteed wage employment. Remember, wage employment in every financial year to every household where adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. Then let us see what is the full import of this act. The state government in rural areas, in almost all the state governments, as may be notified by the central government, provide to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work not less than 100 days of such work in a financial year in accordance with the scheme formulated under this act there. Let me say again that every person who has done the work given to him or her under the scheme shall be entitled to receive wages at the wage rates fixed for each day of the work there. So that's the philosophy of the scheme is to ensure that all those who opt for work or provided work for 100 days in a year, and what kind of works are generally listed there. The list is not exhaustive. We will give you like water conservation and water harvesting, all works on broadly under this. Drought proofing, including afforestation and tree plantation, irrigation canals, including micro and minor irrigation works. That means that any state government can take up any of the above aforesaid three, and also the following 4 or 5. Provision of irrigation facility to land owned by households belonging to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, or to land beneficiaries of land reforms, renovation of traditional water bodies including desilting of tanks, then land development, flood control and protection works including drainage in waterlogged areas, rural connectivity to provide all-weather access, all-weather roads also they are referred to, and any work which may be notified by the central government in consultation with the state governments across the country there. So these are some of the works that can be identified by anybody through the state governments there. So the rights-based approach focuses on providing needs as entitlements there. So suppose you look at Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program. Suppose let us see what are the entitlements here. You have about 6 entitlements which can be ensured. Suppose somebody makes an audit of the MNREGA works there. The following, like do you have a right to a job card? Do you have a card? and right to demand and receive work within 15 days of asking for the same, and also expecting an employment allowance, which is called right to unemployment allowance. And the fourth, right to plan and prepare a shelf of projects, and right to ask for works under MNREGA, entitlement, and right to worksite facilities, especially for lactating mothers there. Then these also include right to notified wage rate and right to receive wages within 15 days and right to conduct social audit of all the works under this scheme. So this is what, since it is in operation for more than a decade there, let us look at its current spread in the country there, how it is, where all it is implemented there. Let us look at the data in this regard there, up until say the financial year 2019, maybe March. If you look at the currently how many districts, about in 691 districts across the country this is under implementation. And if you look further, you have 6,921 blocks which are engaged in implementation of this massive program of right to work. And if you look at further, 2,62,637 gram panchayats are now implementing the right to work or Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program there. Particularly if you look at 2019-2020 so far, there are 11.97 crore workers engaged in this scheme, and 4.54 lakh crore assets were created and 3.86 crore households were benefited there. So the various, with this you will get geographical spread and financials of this program there. And it is not to say that the program has no challenge whatsoever there. There are many challenges there. Number one is that perhaps you can't go beyond 100 days, increasing demand for work, and you may be affected by the current economic slowdown. This may be too early to say, but one of the challenges perhaps we need to keep in mind to alert the policymakers about the possible implications there. So far, okay. You have noted the significant aspects relating to the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program, its genesis as a right once it is accepted, its spread across the country in terms of blocks and villages, and the money spent on that, the financials of that, and the challenges that are faced by this program for further expansion or consolidation whatsoever. Therefore, part 2 gave you an idea, an overview of the implementation of MNREGA, beginning with its genesis there.